Diablo 4 is a vast, overhead adventure RPG. It has lots of things to do while continuing to grind and level up even after completing the story. I wanted to point out 3 things that were done well and 3 things that may need to improve. Please note, these are my personal opinions and not stuff that has been discussed or brought up by the community. If you have any offense by what I bring up, just ignore it or go ahead and leave a comment. Almost every game out there usually provides a roadmap for you to use and explore so that way you know how to get from point A to point B. Diablo 4 did that, and they also continue to do more. The roadmap provides its own unique leveling system to incentivize exploration and also the completion of different tasks such as side quests or finding Altar of Lilith statues. You earn extra perks like skill points, potion carry capacity, and paragon points by completing these objectives for increased renown in that region. It also gives you a better way to travel around, of course, once you completed all the different areas and unlocking all the fast travel points. Diablo 4's main story was great and took you on an epic adventure across Sanctuary and into Hell. Diablo 4 also introduced a lot of side quests that were just as impressive and unique as the main story. They were new and different, and they provided you insight from around Sanctuary that you wouldn't get otherwise. They also did not provide that same repetitive style like you get in Assassin's Creed for their side quests. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. With the side quests, you meet new characters in different regions that have long multi-quest stories. These stories are different depending on if you're helping protect a small backwater town or even trying to save a sick mother. Some of the side quests allow you to visit unique spots, like the chamber where Elias brought back Lilith, or help Thaisa come to terms with Andariel's possession by diving into the depths of her mind. By also completing the side quests, you actually will force yourself to explore different areas that you wouldn't go to otherwise by just running around.
Blood petals. This is what Elias was looking for. This is where he summoned Lilith.
I've got to give some props to the game developers, the game designers, and everyone else who helped in creating a new and unique skill system and paragon system. The skill system created a way for you to dynamically make your character different and still be the same as other characters. With the addition of the 50 skill points plus, depending on if you complete any of the side quest or roadmap objectives, and also the paragon system that gives you a plethora of paragon points. The skill system alone gave you a huge choice of options to build a unique character, and the character could easily be the same or different from other characters without much fuss. The paragon system, however, allows you to really fine-tune your character, and that fine-tune will make your character more unique and different, even though the character of another player is built almost exactly the same. And the system allows you to respec and change as you want. Granted, it costs more gold as you get higher levels, which becomes more expensive, but you can change it how much you want to as long as you have the coin to do so. No game is perfect, and Diablo 4 is no exception to the rule. As much as they try to improve and make the game better, it comes with a constant plethora of updates and changes and nerfs. So as they continue to do that, I want to kind of point out a few improvements or recommendations that I feel need to be addressed and looked at. Now granted, these may have already been brought up by the community or by different things that they have already done, but I haven't seen it yet. So the first thing I'm going to point out is the nightmare dungeons. They need to use all the dungeons and not just a small handful of like the 10 or 20 you seem to keep visiting over and replaying. Now, I'm not sure if that was intentional, as they maybe want to add more unique features in like the battle pass or other things, but I feel like that's just such a terrible way to grind, having to play the same area over and over and over in order to make the game more challenging. I was hoping that the Nightmare Dungeons would allow me to explore more of the dungeons that I haven't quite finished exploring in the map, so that way I can continue to unlock those extra abilities for my characters, so that way I can use them when I create my new characters, etc. Only having 3 road bosses is a joke, especially with how limited they show up. The ability to fight them more often will keep people from trying to log out and log in at the time the event is going on and get another chance to fight them and get more loot drops. Now granted, I did see from a stream that might have been a little bit nerfed if that's happening more than once or twice, to where they don't get that extra XP or the extra skill drops, which is great, but it still means that it's frustrating the community at the fact that road bosses happen so infrequently and people are having to go to this extent to try to get more of an experience and more items from a road boss. My third point that I think needs an improvement is gear drops. The idea of grinding and getting more gear and getting more items is great. And you know what? There's a plethora of items that drop. The problem is those items are not your level, which means that when they're not your level, you don't want to apply them to your character, because then they actually decrease your character's ability to actually level up and get stronger. So it's a counterproductive thing here that's really frustrating, and I hope gets fixed soon. Like, I want that item, I want that chest piece, I want it to be my level 72 instead of a level 44 item. It'd be great if that actually matched your skill level rather than just the real map level, and that's kind of annoying and kind of frustrating. So those are my 3 big things in the game that overall need improvement or a recommendation to change and make better. Overall, the game is great, and I expect to be playing it for a while, especially as new stuff comes out and new content is made for it. I hope, and this is I guess another pain point here, that the content that comes out does not gouge my wallet over and over to require me to play that new content. I get that, you know, people need to make money and that you need to continue to grow financially as a business, but don't do it at the expense of the gamers. That right there kills the game, because people get sick of paying for the content after a little while and stop playing it, and then you're forced to either drop creating new content and go to something new, or you can build with the community and work with them. As long as the content is worth it, you'll still get my money. If it's not, well, I'll say see you later and we'll go back next time. But overall, you got me around for a while, and I continue to expect great things from Diablo 4.
Sanctuary was meant as an escape from the eternal conflict. And yet, here we are, again. I gave you free will, and you've squandered it, wasting it on a crusade you don't understand. You chose tyranny when offered freedom. A poor legacy for my gift. Without me, you would have no victory. And its cost will be more